Hello, friends. This is a podcast to introduce AP Statistics 2011-2012. This will be my fifth year teaching the course at Kent Hill School, and I am now prepared to launch all of you into statistical stardom. So this is just a brief overview to let you know what we're going to do and that we're going to start a little bit early. I'm going to be sending you some podcasts and some attachments with some work. And the reason is that the book recommends 110 class periods to get through the material and provide adequate time to review for the AP exam in May. And we have about 100. So what I want to do is try to knock out maybe 5 lessons. And, a lesson by lesson, I'm talking maybe a half hour to 45 minutes. Certainly no more than an hour each. So before we get to school, I want to have 5 of these lessons knocked out, so that we got plenty of time and we don't have to rush. What I found over the years is that we got to take a certain amount of time to really let this stuff sink in. It's not as complicated as calculus, but it requires a certain amount of time and practice and rehearsal to be comfortable with the ideas. And once you've got them, you got them. And so I want to make sure we allow ourselves enough time so that we're not rushing through, especially at those busy times of the year during the winter and other times when you're going to be tired from doing other things. So what are you going to need? Well, for sure, you're going to need a calculator. I strongly recommend the TI-84. I think this is the ideal calculator for this course. Now, you can get a TI-83, but there's at least 2 functions on the 83 that are not on the 83 that are on the 84. I have written a bunch of programs to help us through the course, and most of these transfer to the 83 fine. A couple don't. So if you're buying a new one, get the 84 Plus. You got to have a calculator. Don't attempt to do the course without this. It's just really not even possible. Now, I would not get any of these 3 if you're getting a new calculator. This TI-89 is just a much larger learning curve. It's great for calculus stuff. Storzi loves it, but it's a little bit too much. As is this Inspire. I've actually been to a workshop. I own one of these, and they are very powerful, but I think a little bit more than we need and a little more confusing than you want to be. And then also this Casio. And the reason I don't recommend these 3 is that this is what you're going to see in class. All the steps are going to show up here. We can look at the calculator, and this is what I'm going to use on the board. So it's just easier if you have the same thing. So strongly recommend the 84 if you're getting a calculator, and it's worth the investment. You're probably going to need one in college anyway. So if you have an old one and you want to upgrade, this is what I would get. We're going to a new book this year, and here it is. It's the 4th edition, and this one has been specially geared for AP. Obviously, I haven't used it. It's the first year it's been out, but this looks like a big improvement over the book we've used the last couple of years. And I think it's pretty cool if you want to actually go to the website and buy an online copy of the book. So it's this easy. You go in here, and you're going to type in whfreeman.com/Practice of Statistics 4th edition, enter, and it'll bring you right over to here, and this is the book. And if you want the ebook, you can click right here, and you'll have the option of buying the book, and it's only $55. I'm betting that this book in the bookstore or online is going to be right here, purchase. Okay, so I'm betting the book in the bookstore is going to be upwards of $110 or $120. This is $55. You get it online. You can cut, paste, you can search. Kids I talk to don't think this is a great idea, but I think it's cool, and it's certainly much cheaper. So I recommend this, and I think the book's going to be fantastic. I'm also recommending this, which is a little more fun, but it's a cartoon guide, but it's simplified versions of all the most important concepts. And this is a fairly old book, but the ideas aren't really that different. So I recommend this too. And obviously online at Amazon for $10.63, so it can't go wrong. All right, finally, I want you to go on the internet to www.techsmith.com/Jing. This is the software I'm using to make this podcast, and what I'm really going to do this year is try to do the lessons online and use class time to actually practice doing work so we get stronger at it. I want you to be able to make a podcast. So go here, download it. It's free, and it's a real sharp learning curve. So please contact me if you have questions about anything. I'm really looking forward to it, and I will be in touch with podcasts near the end of the summer.